Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our second webinar series. And today I am going to be talking about treating aging skin with confidence. About 2 weeks ago, we discussed acne, and now we are going to discuss aging. So I'm Danielle Rousseau with ClarityRx. And aging skin is something that we see on a daily basis. It is one of the facts of life, and aging is something that we deal with regardless. And the beauty of it, though, is that 85% of the visible signs of aging is caused by extrinsic factors. So while there are things that are out of our control, and just the natural way of life is, getting older and having that aging process with our skin, we have a lot of control on how our skin ages. So a whole 85% is in our hands. And as licensed estheticians, when we have our clients coming to see us, this should bring us some joy because we know that we can make a huge improvement in those fine lines and wrinkles and sagginess. Because let's be honest, we are living longer, we're feeling much younger on the inside. So we want to make sure that our outside is matching our inside. And with the increase in technology, Zoom meetings, remote learning, we have the selfie phase, and all of these filters, I think more and more people are becoming aware of how their skin looks and how they are aging. So there are two different factors that play a role in aging. So you have your intrinsic contributors. This is just the natural progression of chronological aging. Hormone changes can contribute to how our skin ages, as well as our DNA. It's very, easy for us to see if we want to look at, how our skin potentially it will age in the future is looking at, our mother, our grandmother, our father, grandfather. It will give you a good indication. You can see based on family of some of those DNA and genetic factors that play a role on the intrinsic aging contributors. Now, there's also the extrinsic contributors. These are the things that we can control. So this is our excessive sun exposure, diet, lifestyle, so stress, lack of sleep, consuming alcohol, and then as well as tobacco usage can all play a role in speeding up or expediting that aging component within our skin and the outward appearance. Remember, 85% though falls in that extrinsic category. So as we age, so young, normal, healthy skin, it has a 28-day cell turnover cycle. Now, throughout that natural progression of aging, that cell turnover cycle will start to slow down. And we notice that the cell turnover slows down in the late 20s, very early 30s, you will see that cell turnover start to slow down. And then after 30, as we age even more, it can actually slow down to as little as every 6 weeks versus every 28 days. Now, that's just going to be a natural part of aging. And I found these photos here, and I thought it really helped paint the picture of what's going on, not only in the skin and the fat, but also the muscle and the bone structure in the aging phase. So on the left, the very far left image, you have a young, youthful face here, and you will see that on the immediate right to it is an aging face. And one of the biggest factors that you'll notice underneath the skin, so I think we see, and that's the first thing that draws our attention, is some of that sagginess, fine lines and wrinkles, loss of volume within the skin. But underneath, we don't really realize that part of our intrinsic aging factor is as we age, we lose those fat pads within our skin and our subcutaneous tissue. And then those fat pads will also start to sag a little bit. So that's where you're getting that loss of volume coming from. Now, the fat pads and the strength of your muscles, think of your, dermal layer more as your box spring, and then your epidermis is the mattress. So if you have a box spring that's starting to break down, it's losing that volume, shifting, those springs are shifting a little bit, the mattress isn't going to sit as evenly and smoothly on the surface of that box spring, and you're going to start to have some lumps and bumps and gaps in there. And that's exactly what's happening to our skin during the aging process. Another factor that happens just naturally as part of an intrinsic aging is the bones within our skull. They actually will shrink. And so as they're shrinking, think of a table with a skin with a tablecloth over it, and your skin is the tablecloth. So if you have a table that's starting to get smaller and smaller, but the tablecloth isn't getting any smaller with it, then you're going to have more sagging in there. And that's exactly what's happening as your bones are starting to lose volume, and shrink a bit. Your skin, or that mattress over there, you'll start to notice some more of that sagging that's occurring. So looking at the skin structure here, you have your stratum corneum at the top, and then you have your dermal layer at the bottom. We all know as estheticians that those skin cells, they're being produced in that lower layer of the dermis, and then they're rising up to the surface. So when that cell turnover and cell production is slowing down, you're not getting that healthy, youthful cells that are coming up to the surface and allowing those dead, damaged cells to slough off as quickly. So what happens then is that you are going to get more of an uneven skin tone. So the skin's going to look very dull. It's not going to have that nice, vibrant lumosity that younger skin has with that quick 28-day cell turnover cycle. The texture of it is going to be a lot rougher. So if you're applying moisturizer or makeup on top of the skin, if you have that slower cell turnover and that dead skin build up in that stratum corneum, it's going to create a very rough texture. Makeup's not going to go on as smoothly, and you are again going to have more of that dull appearance to the skin. It will also make the pores within the skin look much larger because it's creating more of a shadowing effect onto the skin. Also, in reference to pore size, if you are losing that collagen and that elastin, the skin is starting to sag, and with that pore, that opening is going to look larger. So a lot of clients that are coming in, especially with aging concerns, they want to reduce the size of their pores. Now, we can't change the size of a pore. We are born with that size. But what happens is there are certain factors that will stretch out that pore or make the pore appear to be much larger. So by building up that dermal layer and that box spring, you're creating a very strong foundation for the epidermis. So that way that pore is not going to stretch open or appear larger to the naked eye. So we can help strengthen the skin, but not necessarily change the size of the pore. The good news is that we want, as long as it appears to be smaller, that is all that we care about. We want to make sure that it's looking smaller to the naked eye, and we can absolutely make a significant improvement in reducing those pore sizes. Below the surface, so the cell renewal declines. As we know, it can slow up to, again, up to 6 weeks the older that we get. So they're taking much longer to reach the surface. The other piece of this is that blood circulation is inhibited. So when there's less circulation within the skin, you're getting less oxygen, and it's not providing the nutrients and the fuel that our cells need to be able to proliferate and be healthy and renew ourselves. So when we are targeting our age control treatments, we want to keep in mind all of these different factors. we want to maintain that 28-day healthy cell turnover cycle. We want to stimulate that circulation so that way our cells are getting the oxygen and the nutrients that they need in order to function young and healthy and vibrant and be able to restore that youthful glow within the skin. So exfoliators. Exfoliators are a big and very important role in maintaining the overall skin health, but it's also a very important role in treating aging concerns. So with the usage of exfoliators, this will actually help to thicken that dermal layer. So remember, the dermis will shrink, we lose those fat pads and that volume within our skin. So we need to actually go in there and exfoliate to help to build up that density of our dermal layer. Now, a lot of times, especially if there's people who are new to the different types of exfoliation, or maybe, 20, 30 years ago, they were seeing these really deep chemical peels being done, and they have a fear of, if I exfoliate, I'm actually going to thin my skin. Well, my skin is already thinning, so why do I want to go in there and exfoliate to thin it even more? Now I'm going to make it more fragile. And it's actually doing the opposite. So what's happening when we age is the dermal layer thins, but then our epidermis and the stratum corneum is actually thickening, and we want to reverse that. So by exfoliating that top layer of the skin, you're actually removing the dead skin cells that are building up on the surface. And when doing that, we are helping to thicken and strengthen our dermal layer. So we're reversing that factor of building up the dermis, thinning out that stratum corneum, and not the opposite. So we're not thinning the dermal layer and thickening the epidermis. Now, at night, our skin is in repair mode, and our cell turnover cycle just naturally, it follows the circadian rhythm of our skin within our body and our systems. The cell turnover is one of those that's higher at night. So there's two reasons why we want to apply more of our exfoliating, so our alpha hydroxy acids, our beta hydroxy acids at night. One, because we don't want to open our skin up to more photosensitivity, and we want to make sure we're protecting from UV rays. But two, this is where your skin is in repair mode. So it's going to help to encourage the optimal outcome of stimulating that collagen and elastin and helping to increase that healthy cell turnover. Now, extrinsic aging. So all of the factors that we just discussed, so slow cell turnover cycle, loss of volume, these external factors can actually speed up and expedite what are intrinsic factors of aging, of just the natural aging process. So here, I know we've probably seen several of these photos many, many times, but it's a nice visual and reminder of, yes, there is a component of aging that's out of our control, but with 85% in our control, we can make a huge difference. So here on the left, this is a twin study. So you have twins that you can see, there's some genetic DNA factors, they kind of aging in a similar fashion, but the picture that's titled A, that one, you can tell that they have a much harder life and didn't necessarily protect themselves from those external aging factors. So it's going to cause more of a thickening. You can have more of an orange peel appearance. You'll have more broken capillaries and redness within the skin. And then as far as discoloration, so hyperpigmentation and UV-induced photo damage. The right side, that's the truck driver that I know we've all seen a couple times throughout school and throughout our time learning. But again, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and where you can really see the impact of what these extrinsic or aging factors can do. The very bottom right-hand side, this is another twin study. So this isn't a before and after photo. The twin on the left probably wore sunscreen, maybe took care of her skin a a little bit more exfoliated versus the twin on the right that didn't necessarily protect from the external factors that can lead to expedited aging. So keeping in mind, so I'm going to now dive into the products that ClarityRx has that really helps to target those aging concerns. We want to keep in mind the factors that are happening. So the slower cell turnover cycle, increase of hyperpigmentation, dullness to the skin. And we have a 6-step regimen that will help to achieve that healthy, vibrant skin for your clients, and then also help to rebuild that dermal layer and create that luminous, young glow that everybody is looking for. So first step within the regimen, it's very important that we're cleansing the skin properly. We want to make sure that we are removing dirt, makeup, debris prior to then using a cleanser that's going to cleanse the tissue. So for that first step, this is going to be more in our pre-cleansing step. We have Take It Off. So this is a gentle makeup remover. It is oil free. So I know there's a lot more popularity out there, people with lash extensions. And a lot of times we'll be asked, is this okay or safe to use on lash extensions? And I can say that yes, this one is okay to use on lash extensions because it is oil free. This is also a great pre-cleansing option for those clients that are just super, super sensitized and have just more reactive skin. So it's very, very gentle. It has an ingredient called soapwort in there, and it's very soothing. And the saponin content within the soapwort is actually what's helping to break down that makeup, the dirt, and the debris within the skin. And then there's chamomile in there. So chamomile is very calming, anti-inflammatory, but it does have some antiseptic properties to it, and it's anti-inflammatory for the skin. So in your daily regimen, this would be step one, especially at night after a long day, and help to remove the makeup. The next would be our cleanser. So this is a great kind of 2-in-1 cleanser. So not only is it going to clean the skin without stripping the skin, it's also going to increase that cell turnover. So Cleanse as Needed is going to be a 10% glycolic acid based cleanser. It is very gentle. So glycolic acid can be a little active on the skin, but the way that this is formulated, again, you'll see some chamomile in here that helps to calm and soothe. Seaweed extract is packed full of vitamin E, which is very nourishing to the skin. So that AHA with a 10% glycolic acid, it is a very small molecule. So it helps to be able to exfoliate more on that surface level of the skin to speed up that cell turnover. This is something that it also, with the Cleanse as Needed, it also has mandelic acid. So mandelic acid is another alpha hydroxy acid that is known for its brightening effect. So you're exfoliating the skin, helping to restore the brightness, all within your cleanser. So if you have somebody who is maybe more on the simple side, they don't like to do a lot of different steps, they're not necessarily ready to dive into like a facial scrub or an enzyme or an acid treatment at home, introducing the Cleanse as Needed cleanser for them is a great 2-in-1 cleanser and exfoliator all in one stop. So for somebody who is more on the resilient side, they have thicker, more photo damaged skin, this would be appropriate to use twice a day. If you have somebody who is more normal skin or combination skin, it's always best to start once a day. You can always increase the frequency of use. It's a little bit more difficult to back off that frequency of use. So being able to stair step them into the regimen, but starting off once a day. This is appropriate for morning or evening use. Again, it comes down to your client, their lifestyle, and when they want to use this cleanser. Keeping in mind that our cell turnover cycle is expedited and our skin is in repair mode in the evening time. If they're going to use it once a day and they're, comfortable with using this cleanser in the evening time, just lifestyle wise, I would encourage them to initially start in the evening, but it is okay both evening or in the morning time. So a little bit goes a long ways. We do not have sulfates within our line, so it's a very clean, again, plant-based, results-driven. So you will get some foaming action with this, but it's not an overly foaming cleanser. If your client wants to see a little bit more foam, a little bit more suds, tell them to add more water to the product. I wouldn't add more product into the palm of your hand. So you can do a pump in the palm of your hand, add a little bit of water, rub your hands together, and create a nice lather before applying it to the face. All right, continuing on with glycolic acid is our Restore It. So these, we have a combination of acids within our product line, and this is something that's very, very unique and such a wonderful treatment options to be able to recommend and extend to your clients. This is, I've heard a couple estheticians refer to it as a at-home chemical peel, or even a mini chemical peel. So this is something that your client can do on a weekly basis. So when treating aging skin, we want to have them come in for professional treatments about every 3 weeks. Now, in that, what are they doing in between those visits that they're coming to see you? And Restore It is a wonderful option to continue that treatment within those 3 weeks that they are not coming in for your professional grade, whether it's a facial treatment or a chemical peel. So Restore It is it only contains 2 ingredients. So you have your glycolic acid, which is 7.5%, and purified water. This will be used at nighttime only, and a nice simple way to apply this is if you have your clients take a round cotton pad, apply it to the neck of the bottle, and you can flip it over and back. I would say about 4 times would be enough solution to cover the full face, and then apply it to the skin almost like an astringent or a toning pad. Then they'll throw that cotton pad in the trash. So this is going to be used nighttime only, starting slow again. So let's start with once a week in the evening time. If they're brand new to more of these alpha hydroxy acids and any sort of chemical type exfoliation, let's get their skin accustomed to it and work them up to a little bit more aggressive of exfoliation and more often. So we never want to use this more than 3 times per week. So we'll start when you first introduce this product into your client, start using it at night once a week, maybe do that for 2 weeks. And then at that 2-week mark, let's add a day. So as long as there's no, redness or, irritation within the skin, then you can add it to, on week number 3, have them use it twice a week. So for week 3 and 4, twice a week. And then after a month of use, as long as their skin is tolerating really well, you can eventually work them up to 3 nights per week. Sunscreen is very, very important. I think sunscreen is important regardless, but especially when you are using an alpha hydroxy acid like Restore It at home, we want to make sure that our clients are protecting those new healthy cells that are coming to the surface from UV, environmental stressors, pollution, any sort of damage that we are exposed to on a day-to-day basis. So after we've exfoliated the skin, increasing that cell turnover, helping to thicken the dermal layer, we want to add additional skin strengthening ingredients and properties. Now, Apple a Day is one of those products that I feel there are a lot of questions around, and Apple a Day contains a plant stem cell extract. The plant stem cell extract in Apple a Day is coming from the Swiss apples. So the plant stem cell extract, what it's doing is it's actually helping to preserve the health of the cells. It's also allowing the cells to act young again. So it creates this little force shield around the cell to protect it. It also has a very powerful healing property to it. So anybody who has maybe a little bit of a picking problem, Apple a Day is a wonderful product to introduce to them to help speed up that healing process within the cells. This is great for if you have somebody who comes to see you and they love the way that their skin looks. So maybe they're, early 20s to early 30s, and they just want to be more on that preventative state. So they come to you, they want to get a facial. You ask them what their concerns are, and they really say that they don't have any main concerns. They just want to keep that healthy glow. That would be a great indicator that Apple a Day would be a perfect time to introduce a corrective serum into their daily regimen. It's going to help to preserve the health of their skin and keep those cells from acting, or keep those cells acting nice and young. This also has a hyaluronic acid base to it, so it's going to increase that hydration within the skin. Hydrated skin has a way of reflecting light and just creating a nice healthy glow to it. So you'll want to shake this product before you use it. If you you'll put one pump in the palm of your hand. There'll be plenty of product to be able to cover the full face. You can use this morning and night. So this is a great, the way that the name says, so apple a day, it's the old wise saying of an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Easier to prevent and protect than it is to correct. So by incorporating an apple a day, you're really going to help to protect and maintain the healthy integrity of the skin. The next corrective serum, so we're in step 2 within our regimen, and the corrective serum would be Get Fit. So this is our multi-peptide blended anti-aging treatment. So this will dramatically reduce the visible signs of aging, so your fine lines and wrinkles and sagginess. So this is going to help to strengthen, firm, and plump the skin by helping to rebuild our extracellular matrix, or ECM. So within our extracellular matrix, we have collagen, we have elastin, we also have hyaluronic acid. Get Fit is a very unique product in the sense that it has a combination of peptides that will do different things. So peptides are long-chain amino acids that help to tell our skin to do something. And there are different types of peptides. So within the Get Fit serum, you have your filler peptides. For example, your pentapeptide 18 is going to be a filler peptide. Then you have your neuropeptide. The neuropeptide within this formulation is going to be your acetohexapeptide 8. So what a neuropeptide does is it helps to soften those expression lines. So these are fine lines and wrinkles that occur due to repeated facial muscle movements or expression. So if you tend to raise your eyebrows a lot, or you squint when you're thinking, as you continue to make those facial movements, think of that muscle contraction almost like a paper clip. So if you are bending a paper clip back and forth, time and time again, over that period of time, eventually that middle of the paper clip is going to break, and it's going to create more of like a cross link. So when you're referring this to your collagen and your elastin, and you're raising your eyebrows and dropping your eyebrows, your collagen elastin, it's going up and it's going down, and then eventually it's going to break and cross-link. And now you not only have that fine line where when you're making that facial expression, but that fine line now is staying when you're at rest. So acetohexapeptide 8 will help to soften that. So you're able to still make those facial expressions. It's not going to freeze you like a neuromodulator would, such as Botox, Dysport, or Xeomin, but it will help to soften that contraction. So it's going to maintain the integrity of your collagen and your elastin much longer. Then the filler peptides, this is going to tell your skin, it's going to stimulate those fibroblasts to then start producing collagen and elastin. After the age of 20, we lose our body stops producing collagen about 1% every single year. So our skin is starting to age and break down as early as 20. So by adding a product such as Get Fit that has a filler peptide in there, we're going to keep that collagen production going, which ultimately will keep your dermal layer box spring nice and strong to help to support that epidermal mattress. The next correct that we have within the ClarityRx line is more of a unique product here, and this is going to be a targeted treatment. So C Results is going to be your wrinkle reducer, and it is an L-ascorbic acid treatment. So this is designed to be used around the eye area to help with those fine lines and wrinkles. So L-ascorbic acid does a fantastic job of stimulating collagen and elastin. It also is fantastic at brightening the skin. Now, it is one of those ingredients that is very, very unstable. So you will notice if you have a vitamin C product that is not stabilized properly, it will start to change colors. Now, as it's changing colors, that means that it's losing the potency, which ultimately leads to it losing its efficacy. Within this product specifically, the base with that dimethicone and the cross polymer 3, this is helping to stabilize that vitamin C. So you know that you are getting that pure L-ascorbic acid the first time that you're using this product, all the way to the last time that you're using this product. So this is going to be, like I said, more of a targeted treatment to really hone in on those fine lines and wrinkles. This one you will want to apply at nighttime only. While your skin's in repair mode, it's going to readily accept that L-ascorbic acid in there. Within the base and the formulation, makeup doesn't go on. We'll get asked, because it's an L-ascorbic acid, why can't I apply it during the day? And there's nothing wrong with it being applied during the day, but based off of the cosmetic application with it and the repair mode of your skin being at night, we have slotted this product to be applied at night. So starting off, I would use it no more than 2 times per week. L-ascorbic acid is very, very potent, and that since we are using it more in that delicate eye area, we want to make sure that we're not over irritating or causing any sort of inflammation within the skin. Next in our eye treatment family is going to be our Easy on the Eyes. So Easy on the Eyes can be applied morning and night. Now, if you want to apply both Easy on the Eyes as well as the C Results, I would recommend that you apply the Easy on the Eyes first, and then you can finish with the C Results on top of it. If you feel like that's not, you'll just want to make sure that you're staying outside the orbital bone. So just patting right on that orbital bone. You don't want to go inside of that. Rest assured, and make sure you let your clients know that as the product is absorbing within the skin, it will expand. So while we are treating that delicate under eye area, if we're staying on the orbital bone, they are absolutely getting those active ingredients underneath closer to their lash line. But because it's such a delicate, thin skin, we want to make sure that we're not getting too close to the eye and potentially cause any sort of irritation. So within this product, so it's really an all-encompassing. It's going to help to target fine lines and wrinkles, puffiness, as well as dark circles. So within the clinical studies done on this product, we reduced puffiness and dark circles up to 35% in just 8 weeks. Then there's 31% reduction in fine lines and wrinkles within the 8 weeks, and 42% improvement just in overall smoothness and texture within the skin. So this has a combination of nourishing oils. So you have the jojoba seed oil and the apricot kernel oil. You will also see that there is some niacin in there, which is going to help to stimulate that circulation. So some of the blood flow or the dark circles that are happening underneath the eye is due to stagnant blood under there. So by having very small amounts of that vitamin B3, you're not going to get the flushing effect here, but it's going to help to increase that microcirculation that's happening, that's going to help to target and reduce those dark circles. Then you have your hyaluronic acid. So when the skin is plump and hydrated, it will help to fill in some of those micro fine lines that you will see within the skin. Apricot kernel oil is also an ingredient that will help to target dark circles too. All right, next within our age control correct step is keep your chin up. So a lot of times we are so focused on our face, we forget about our neck and décolleté. Our hands are also another part of the body that tends to be forgotten, but your neck and décolleté are an area that will absolutely show signs of aging. So we want to make sure that our face is matching our neck and our chest. The keep your chin up is specifically designed to target the skin on that neck tissue. So the skin is going to be a little bit thinner. It's also going to be a little bit more sensitive than the skin on your face. So it does have a blend of peptides in there. So you will see there's that acetylhexapeptide 8 that's also in your Get Fit serum, and then some filler peptides in here. The other added ingredient that does a phenomenal job, especially in targeting skin tone and overall targeting like the redness and some of that glycation that happens within there, is going to be the resveratrol. So resveratrol is from grapes. It is a very powerful antioxidant, and it helps to brighten the overall complexion of the skin, as well as protecting from those environmental stressors. Seaweed, full of humectants, vitamin E, helps to draw in that moisture and again, protect the skin from any sort of stressors. And the lips. So the lips are, I know we've been, covered in masks for a long time nowadays, but we still want to not forget about our lips, and our lips are full of collagen as well. And it's one thing, I know there's I want, fuller, plumper lips, but what we don't realize too is just as the natural progression of aging, we will naturally lose that volume within our lips because of that collagen and elastin breakdown. So Pucker Power is a 3-in-1 treatment. So step 1, it has that instant plumping effect. So you will notice a little bit of that tingling sensation that happens. It will cause a little bit of a light rosy pinkness, as you would expect with your typical lip plumping product. But this is, so action 1, an immediate gratification of a lip plumper. Action 2, it actually has a filler peptide in there, and that filler peptide is going to be the palmitoyl tripeptide 38. So that peptide specifically is going to help to stimulate collagens 1, 3, and 5, laminin 5, and fibronectin. So these are all the building blocks to maintain that plumping full appearance. So you get the instant gratification of plumping, but over time, you're actually helping to rebuild that plumping and that the plumping effect within the lips. The last and very important step is it does have sunscreen in it. So our lips are very susceptible to the sun, can get sunburnt very easily. And if we are not protecting our lips and it's being exposed and they're being exposed to the sun time and time again, you are going to have that expedited breakdown of the collagen and elastin. So applying a daily sunscreen on your lips is very, very important. And within the Pucker Power, you have a more of a cosmetic lip gloss appearance that not only is protecting your skin skin, providing instant plumping effect, but long-term it will help to overall plump your lips. So this is a must-have for every single client that's coming in there, especially if you look at, your clients coming in and they wear lip gloss. This is a perfect product to be able to recommend to them. So it's lip gloss with a purpose. Then we have our take your vitamins. So this is going to fall into our hydrate step. This take your vitamins is going to be a daily mineral spray. So it's a drink of water for your skin. It contains essential minerals and colloidals that will help to cool the skin down. It does a phenomenal job at relieving any sort of irritation in the skin, but also provides that necessary water content for your dry, dehydrated skin. It can be used to set makeup. It can be used throughout the day. So really all skin types, all skin conditions can benefit from Take Your Vitamins, and the package itself makes it really easy to just fit right into your purse or your handbag, and you can take it with you on the go. The fourth step within the daily care regimen with ClarityRx and targeting aging skin is going to be our lubricate step. So within this step, you have our Glimmer of Hope. So Glimmer of Hope is a shimmering facial oil. This is Glimmer of Hope contains a wide blend of different oils. And one of the main oils in here that really stands out is going to be your Turkish rose oil. The Turkish rose oil is going to be a powerful antioxidant. It also helps to heal the skin. And then you have your fractionated coconut oil. So when you see fractionated coconut oil, what we've done is we've removed any of the kind of bad aspects, so to speak, of coconut oil. So some people will see, why would I want to put coconut oil on my skin? I heard that it, clogs my pores. Well, with the fractionated coconut oil, what we've done is we've removed the long chain fatty acids and left the medium and small chain fatty acids. So that's allowing us to maintain the antioxidant, skin nourishing, and skin strengthening benefits of the coconut oil, but removing those larger chain fatty acids that can cause a little bit of, just heaviness on the skin as well. Within the Turkish rose, so I'm going to go back to that is very conditioning and anti-inflammatory. So inflammation oftentimes is the catalyst of, the breakdown of our extracellular matrix and aging concerns. So we want to introduce anti-inflammatory, calming ingredients within the skin, and the Turkish rose oil does a phenomenal job with that. As we age, so we're not only losing that water content with the hyaluronic acid naturally within our skin, but we tend to lose that lipid content. So by adding a combination of, spraying a couple spritz of Take Your Vitamins on there and layering the Glimmer of Hope right on top, what's going to happen is it's more of like a lock and key. So you have your water that's spritzed on the skin with Take Your Vitamins, and then doing a small, so just a pea size of the Glimmer of Hope. It's going to seal in that hydration, but also provide a nice dewy glow to the skin while nourishing and repairing that lipid barrier function within our skin. The other product within the lubricate step within our daily regimen is going to be Feel Better. So Feel Better is our hyaluronic acid based cream. So this is going to be a larger molecule, and it is designed to sit more so on the surface of the skin to help to protect that stratum corneum and the epidermal layer of our skin. So when we want to make sure that we're restoring that hydration within there, and it takes a combination, same with Take Your Vitamins and Glimmer of Hope, it takes a combination of water and lipid content. So within the Feel Better, we all know hyaluronic acid helps to bind and attract water onto the skin. So it has the ability to attract up to 1,000 times its own weight in water within the skin, but it also helps to just maintain the overall health and the skin functioning, again, young. The sage leaf extract in here is helping with skin regeneration and cell turnover. So it's rich in vitamins and antioxidants and free radicals that will help to stave off that free radical damage that's contributing to those fine lines and wrinkles. So this is slotted for morning and evening use. If you have somebody who, during the morning time, they're not necessarily super dry in their skin and they want to use that at night, you can use this just once a day. The body. So this is along with and we'll kind of group this in with your neck and décolleté. The body is an area that is often, beaten up and not necessarily as well taken care of as the skin on the face. But the skin on the body, that will age too. And we want to make sure that we're providing it with all of these wonderful skin strengthening properties that we are the skin on our face. So Somebody to Love is a 4-in-1 multitasking body moisturizer. So this moisturizer is going to help to nourish the skin. It's going to lighten any sort of, discoloration. So kind of lighten, brighten, reduce those wrinkles, and provide that skin softening and that suppleness back into it. So you will see that there's grapefruit seed oil in there. There's a little bit of lactic acid. There's also shea butter, which makes it really rich and luxurious for the application. There is a little bit of niacin in there, and as well as resveratrol. So that powerful antioxidant that's helping with the overall brightness of the skin. The unique factor within Somebody to Love is it has little purple beads in there. Now, those purple beads are a time-release technology that think of as a small onion. So it's a 3-layered small onion, and within those layers, they have targeted ingredients. And as you're applying it onto the skin, that water content, the friction will help to break open those beads and deliver those skin strengthening and beneficial ingredients to really help target and fight those signs of aging. So you can use this on your arms, on your legs, on your hands, really any part of the body. It's appropriate, and you can use it morning and evening. The last step within the regimen, so when we have a 6-step regimen, and step number 6 is going to be your mask step. So you can do a treatment mask. It's recommended up to 2 times per week for this mask specifically. So this is our Rise and Shine Lifting Collagen Mask. This collagen mask does contain soluble marine collagen, which acts like a filler. So this soluble marine collagen is going to plump and fill those fine lines and wrinkles. It also has amino acid sugar complex that's going to, again, target rebuilding that dermal density that over time that we tend to lose. It will help to increase hydration as well within the skin. So you will apply, a little bit goes a long ways with this, and you will leave the mask on for 10 to 15 minutes. They can bring the mask down onto their neck and décolleté. And after that 10 to 15 minute mark, go ahead and remove with tepid water and a towel. You'll finish that treatment by adding like your Get Fit serum or Apple a Day. And if it's at nighttime, then you will finish with a moisturizer such as Feel Better. And your clients can use this 1 to 2 times per week. The other mask that we have that's targeted towards aging concerns is going to be our Sleep It Off. So Sleep It Off is our retinol alternative mask. This is a product that will help to stimulate collagen, elastin, provide antioxidant protection, skin strengthening, help to brighten the skin, all the wonderful benefits that you have with a retinol product without any of the side effects. So the retinol alternative ingredient within Sleep It Off mask is going to be the algae in there. So red and blue algae. I'm sorry, blue and green algae, not red, but green and blue algae is going to help to deliver essential minerals, peptides, antioxidants within the skin. It will help with detoxification and increase that cell turnover. There's ginger and orange extracts in there to help to restore elasticity, keep the skin nice and hydrated. So there is a very unique warming sensation that it's recommended that you give your clients a heads up that this mask will feel warm upon application, and that is not an adverse reaction or effect to it. That is intended for the mask. The warming sensation lasts about, I would say, around 10 minutes. The cool thing with the Sleep It Off mask is this is a mask that's actually left on. So upon application and the warming, it will start to mold and melt into the skin as a rich, luxurious moisturizer. So going back to kind of those 2-in-1 products, so cleanses needed with the glycolic acid, that's a beautiful 2-in-1 cleanser. The Sleep It Off mask is a phenomenal multifunctional product. So it's going to be your mask, your moisturizer, and it also has anti-aging benefits in there. So we say to use the mask for 21 days at night only. After those 21 days, as long as your skin, you're liking it, you're loving the benefits, the feel, texture, there's no reason why you cannot continue to use it every single night. Now, there are some clients and some estheticians that like to have their clients take a little bit of a break. So about a week or two after they finish that 21-day cycle, and then reintroduce the Sleep It Off mask to keep their skin guessing. This is a wonderful way to have your clients. Ultimately, you are the professional, and you know your client's skin best and you're treating it, but there is no adverse reactions or results if your client and you want to have them remain using the mask after that 21-day cycle. That's perfectly fine. Last but not least, none of the other products, masks, exfoliation, none of that matters if your client is not using an appropriate SPF. So we want to make sure that they are using a broad spectrum SPF, so protecting their skin from UVA and UVB rays. The Ultra Skin Defense also contains green tea and resveratrol, in addition to coenzyme Q10. These are all very, very powerful antioxidants that are just helping to support that UV protection that's provided by the SPF with the 12% zinc oxide. So making sure that they're applying this every single day, rain or shine, to protect their investment. So that concludes our retail product options. As far as back bar, so we have 2 different exfoliation treatments that you can offer that are fantastic for aging concerns. The first one is going to be Peel Away the Years. So Peel Away the Years is a pumpkin enzymatic, so it's treatment, which is a proteolytic enzyme that's going to go ahead and digest that keratin protein to help to loosen the desmosomes, or those bonds that are holding the dead skin cells together and creating kind of that dullness on the skin. Pumpkin is packed full of vitamins and nutrients and amino acids that are very, very beneficial to the skin. It also has some sweet potato extract in there. So you are not only getting a very powerful exfoliation that's gentle enough for all skin types and all skin conditions, but you're also getting a boost of rich vitamin C, vitamin E, enzymes in there, and you're helping to strengthen and improve the overall appearance and helping to rebuild those building blocks for that collagen and elastin for your dermal layer. You will follow, so in the treatment room, you'll want to make sure that you're following the protocol in there. For your more sensitive skin or your dry, mature skin, you'll leave it on for about 8 minutes. Then you'll remove it with water. The next professional treatment, so this is our Senzyme Exfoliation Duo. So this is a two-part treatment. We have the Senzyme powder. So the powder is actually the product that contains all of those wonderful enzymes that are doing the work and digesting those desmosomes and exfoliating. And the enzyme in here is going to be your papain. So papain is from papaya extract. And it's going to remove those dead surface layers of the skin, leaving the skin nice and bright and hydrated. You will have, there's also kaolin in here, which is great at detoxifying the skin, so drawing out any sort of impurities in there. Now what you'll do is you'll put a little bit of this enzyme activating gel in a bowl and then add the Senzyme exfoliating powder into the gel. You will mix it up and create more of like a mud-like consistency. That steam when you're applying it helps to excite the enzymes and allows them to work much better. So you will have steam on the skin during this treatment. Last but not least, for in the chemical peel family, we have your glycolic acid exfoliator. So this is your professional strength glycolic acid treatment that pairs, and you would perform this treatment in the treatment room, and then you would send your client home with the Restore It, which is the 7.5% glycolic acid. So this is a straight acid chemical peel. Glycolic acid is part of our AHA family derived from sugar. It is a very small molecule, so it will penetrate the skin pretty quickly. So it's not uncommon for your clients to feel a little bit of a tingling sensation with this chemical peel. So just let them know beforehand, and we'll want to gauge their sensitivity on a scale of 1 to 10. You will apply approximately a teaspoon to the face, and you'll leave it on up to 3 minutes. So if this is the first time that you are treating a client with the glycolic acid peel, don't be afraid to leave it on for 1 minute and then gradually increase that time each time that they come in for the chemical peel. The max time on tissue is going to be 3 minutes. So if you are leaving it on for the max at that 3-minute mark, you'll want to make sure that you are removing all traces of the peel solution with wet 4x4s and then spray a liberal amount of Take Your Vitamins. And it wouldn't be an anti-aging, age control webinar without bringing up the other modalities that we have to offer that will really help to target those aging concerns, fine lines and wrinkles. And we have your red LED light. So red LED light reduces inflammation, promotes that healthy circulation, will ultimately decrease fine lines and wrinkles and improve the skin firmness and elasticity. Then we also have your microdermabrasion. So the microdermabrasion with the suction of the machine will help to promote that the healthy circulation within the skin. It will create just enough inflammation within the skin to trigger a wound healing response. So your body will jump into action and start to repair itself. And then with that exfoliation, microdermabrasion, your enzyme exfoliation, your chemical exfoliation, all of these techniques to increasing that cell turnover will also increase the product absorption and penetration of every other serum that you are utilizing. So now instead of those serums being trapped in that top layer of dead skin cells, those dead skin cells have been removed, and now they can penetrate into the skin where they can do their best work. Treatment protocols, to just point out, the rejuvenating facial treatment is excellent for age control. We have a facial with a chemical peel upgrade as well as a standalone microdermabrasion treatment. So lots of treatment options to help your clients fight the signs of aging. It's all about aging gracefully, slowly. We have a lot of tools in our tool belt and a lot of resources to help our clients achieve that younger, firmer, more vibrant skin. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to us and we are happy to help. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.